Hi, I'm Martha. I connect us with our guides and angels by reading angel tarot cards. One of the most significant pieces of advice that comes through almost every single reading is start meditating. Meditation has so many wonderful things about it. The first thing it does for you is calm you down. It lowers the blood pressure and it makes you feel pretty good. When you do it consistently, there are even greater benefits to it. So the first thing you have to do is show up for it. Just set aside 10 minutes every day. That's the guidance that comes through. They just recommend start with 10 minutes, make it 10 minutes every day for 30 days. Show up for it. If you miss a day, if you miss a week, it's okay. Just come back to it. Just keep doing it until you get 30 days in a row, because they say after 30 days, it can become a habit for you. And it's a really good habit because you start to miss it when you don't do it. So it's kind of an incentive for you to keep going till you get to that point where it feels so good you don't want to miss it. So you show up for it. When you first start meditating, it's really good to practice silent meditation. And you don't have to do this every single time. Meditation, we think that we're going to stop thinking, but in reality, we can't turn off our brains. But what we can do is control what we think about and when we think about it. We're in control. So many of us think that our emotions create the thoughts that we think, but it's the other way around. It's the thoughts that we think that create the emotions, and those emotions create the reality that we're living in. So by practicing or learning how to do a silent meditation, you're starting to train your brain to say, I'm in control of what I think about. So the first time you meditate, just get into a nice quiet place where you're undisturbed, turn off the cell phone, disconnect, and just practice breathing. Breathe in nice and slow and exhale. And on the exhale, feel the tension release from your body. There's in my playlists, all my playlists are about meditation, and there's one specifically for beginners. And there's a couple of really basic, easy ones that will just guide you through this process. So you're going to inhale deep and exhale and feel all the tension releasing from your body. In this process of relaxation, deep relaxation, your mind is going to start wandering. Thoughts will start popping up, and that's okay. It's going to happen. What you're going to do is when you catch yourself thinking, you say, okay, I'll think about that later, and just let it go. Don't hang on to it and don't do a deep dive into it. I've practiced meditations where I found myself like imagining all the different colors I was going to paint each room in my house. I've imagined different furniture I was going to get, or imagine things that I had to do the next day, a laundry list of details. But as soon as I recognized that I was thinking, I let it go. So there's a couple of guided meditations in the playlist that will actually let you go and then give you a clue. If you're thinking thoughts right now, that's okay, but just let go of it and return your focus to your breathing and focus in on the exhale and feel the tension release. That's all meditation is. It's the practice of letting go of the thoughts that are coming up. You're not going to turn your brain off. You're going to always keep thinking. So in this way, you're learning to quiet the mind. You're telling your brain, yeah, this is happening here and that's happening there, but I'll pay attention to it later. You let it go. That's the first step in starting to get a handle on how to control your thoughts. This isn't anything spooky or scientific. It's really simple. So then the next thing you're going to do is practice that meditation silently. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Great. Then the next stage would be to get yourself comfortable, get ready to do a meditation, and do something. Put your hands in the same position each time, whether it's, touching 3 fingers, 2 fingers, whichever. I tend to do this with my hands. I've always done it. It just feels really comfortable, feels peaceful, and I just like it. So before you do your meditation, get yourself into your position, get that touch going. And the reason for that is because you're going to be training your body. When I do this, the body is going to go into the meditation. So later on, when you're going to be using these techniques in the face of chaotic circumstances, just that touch will signal your body, oh, I know what we're doing. We're going to calm down now. So the third thing you're going to do is set an intention with your meditation. I call it the ask, because our guides and our angels are always telling us we can't help you unless you ask us. So set an intention or do an ask to engage your guides and angels in this process with you. It could be a simple general, thank you for reminding me of your presence. Feels good knowing you're with me. And when you start your meditations like that, what you're asking them to do is show you that they're present. You might get a certain feeling every time you're doing a meditation. You might smell something specific. It's going to be different with every person and each guide. There's going to be a different calling card. You can set the intention to release the tension and anxiety that you're feeling. You can set the intention to connect with joy. You can set the intention or do the ask to have them show you solutions to the issues that you're facing. The ask can be anything. And start it with a thank you. Thank you for putting solutions on my path for this issue. I feel really confident knowing you're with me. Simple. And then just go into your meditation. If you can stay in the meditation for 10 minutes, bravo. If you can stay in the meditation for 20 minutes, even better. But if you can only do 5, whether it's time constraints or you're just so anxious you can't sit there, that's okay too. But the next time, stay a little bit longer. Stay an extra minute, 2 minutes. Just push the envelope a little bit each day. So in the meditation, once you've done the ask and you're breathing and you're following your breath and the thoughts are coming up and you're letting them go, you're opening the space of communication. You're opening up, because our guides and angels are always, always, always with us. Always. I heard some spiritual person talk about how when they were depressed, their light was so dim, their angels couldn't find them. And that is so not true. You're a being of divine light and love. We always shine. We're always seen by those on the other side. It's because we're in a state of confusion or pain that we've actually closed down our way to connect with them. They're in a different vibration and different density from us. And they can come to us. They can't literally jump into, sometimes they can. It takes a lot of energy for them to manifest. But they can always reach us with a sensation or a thought if we open up to it. So that's the practice. Really just learn how to focus on the breath and relax the body. And when thoughts come up, remind yourself that you think about it later and just go into that space. It's a cycle, comes over and over again. Just keep practicing it. For the short term, you're going to start feeling good. You're going to feel calmer instantly. If you've got anxiety, it's really good to help you not follow that bunny trail of anxious thoughts. It takes more discipline and more effort to be able to really stop the anxious thoughts from piling up, but it works over a period of time. Just keep showing up for it. Some people have a really hard time focusing in. Try doing breath work. Kundalini yoga is a series of breathing with the movements. There's some, they call them, what do they call it? Oh, breath work. There's some that just do the breath work. And that's really good for helping with anxiety. Really powerful to help you connect with the body. So after you're doing a meditation, just take some notes. What did you see? What did you feel? If you saw nothing unusual, nothing in particular, it's okay. It was blank. It was good. It was happy. Because eventually, because you're quieting the mind, you're letting all the noise and the chaos that's going on around you and inside your brain settle down so you can connect with who you really are and open that space, that container for your guides and angels to actually reach you. And you're asking for something. You're putting yourself in the position of receiving. You're creating a safe and sacred space for yourself to communicate with your guides. It's really, really cool. So you're going to train your brain that you choose to think about what you want to think about and when, and how that's going to help you later on, especially if you're doing it every single day and you're getting into the habit of training your brain. When in life, as will always happen, chaos. We may have a really bad day. We may have days where we're super stressed out and everybody's demanding of us and our tempers are getting short and we're getting really tense. All you have to do, touch your fingers the way you do when you're in a meditation, take a deep breath and start moving into that space. Remind yourself what it feels like. And the touching of the fingers will actually help your body go back there. It's a trigger. Take a couple of deep breaths, maybe even a full minute. Go to the bathroom if you have to, or excuse yourself, go to another room. I've done this in the middle of arguments. Said, excuse me for a minute. And I've just closed my eyes and just drop into that space. And then when I come back into the dialogue, I'm not defensive. I'm not putting up my dukes. I'm not looking to attack. I'm really present. And that's what meditation teaches you. How not to be reactive, but to remain fully present. And in starting all your meditations with an ask of your guides and your angels, you're automatically going to be set up to receive divine guidance through whatever's coming up around you. So we got to remember that it's our thoughts that create feelings. The thoughts create the emotions, and the emotions create the reality that we're living in. So when you're able to steer your thoughts towards what you do want, and you feel the occurring emotions with those thoughts, guess what? Your life starts to change. And our guides and angels have always been asking us to work with them. Not in deep veneration. It's like, oh my God, I love you so great. Oh my God, you're amazing. But literally showing gratitude and saying thank you. Okay, so the way that they showed me how to communicate with them or to pray with them is start with thank you. Thank you for reminding me of your presence. It feels really good knowing you're with me. Saying thank you ahead of time puts you into a state of gratitude. Gratitude and love are kind of right up there with each other. And that's the realm that our angels and guides are dwelling in. That realm, that vibration, that frequency. We normally don't say thank you until after we've received something. So by starting your ask with thank you, you're telling your brain, I already got this. So anybody who's interested in law of attraction, that's like a really big key in law of attraction. You're getting into the space of gratitude and you're telling yourself you already got it. And then you ask for what you want. My favorite ask is remind me of your presence, because I always felt alone. There were moments when I felt my guides or my angels with me. I've seen them and I've gotten other messages from them. But generally, I always felt alone, like they didn't hear me. I was gone. I was just drifting all by myself. So when I started saying thanks for reminding me that you're with me, I started getting real signs, undeniable signs that they were with me. And then you can choose whatever you're asking for. It could be, thank you for putting the right solutions to this issue on my path. Thank you for putting the right person on my path to help me with X, Y, or Z. It could be, do you really want to release this old sorrow that you've been carrying around? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides, for helping me release the emotions that no longer serve me. Thank you for helping me release the patterns and habits that stand in my way from my greatness. Thank you for reminding me of what joy feels like. Because I've had that, where my life was getting so serious and so dull that I forgot what joy felt like. So I asked them to remind me, what did that feel like? And guess what? The next day I got a blast of that joy. I've even asked, this was a good one. There was being self-employed, sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. And I was going through a very quiet period and I was getting nervous. Like, am I going to have to go to Home Depot, get a second job? So I started to ask them to show me what prosperity felt like. Because when I would ask in the cards, are they coming? Is the prosperity coming? They say, yeah, you're going to be great. You're going to be great. It's good. It's good. But I wasn't feeling it and I was getting scared. So I said, thank you for showing me what prosperity feels like. And for the next week, oh man, it was popping and business was good. And of course, it went away because it wasn't the time for the synchronicities to happen to move in that direction. But they showed me what I was asking for. So no matter what it is, work with them. Work with them any way that you want. Ask for what you want. And then let go. Because when we're desperately looking for the results we think we want to see, we're busy missing the signs of what's coming. So just let it go. You asked. Now trust that it's going to come. And be open. Be open for whatever signs that you see. So the meditation practice is going to really help you feel calm and feel good. It's going to open your communication with your guides and your angels. It's going to raise your density, your vibration, so you can connect with them frequently and easily. It's going to give you a tool to return to a state of presence when this environment that we're in gets crazy and chaotic. We're always going to be able to connect and fall back into that space of divine connection. Hope this helps. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit the like button and tap subscribe to get more news when they come.